I'm Maria Thea Harris, or Velo Sews on social media. Welcome back to Sew Organised Style podcast for Sew Over 50. Make sure you like and subscribe to Sew Organised Style podcast on your podcast app and on YouTube.
Like sewing feels like a language itself. It connects people no matter their age or where they are from. I love communicating with people, so it really feels like the perfect way for me to express myself. And also I love seeing other people's creations too.
That's Izumi Montgomery. She's one of the talented tutors at Reverse Garbage. Both her personal and her artistic story are very extensive, and it's really great to hear how she got to Australia today. Grab a cuppa to hear Izumi's story. Izumi, thank you for coming onto the podcast today.
Thank you, Maria, for having me today.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm really pleased that I was able to find you through Reverse Garbage. That's Kirsten and Yaz, who's already been on the podcast.
Yeah, I watched some of them already. Yep.
Yeah. And you've been running workshops at Reverse Garbage for a while?
Yes.
Yeah. For our listeners and our viewers, we've got some questions that we're going to go through so that we can learn more about Izumi.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your sewing?
For me, sewing is how I express who I am. Mm-hmm. It's actually my art. I wear my handmade clothes and accessories almost every day using second-hand fabrics, haberdashery, and old clothes from op shops. Sustainable fashion really fits me because it's not only about style, but also about expressing myself. Actually, my background is in metal sculpture. I studied fine art in uni in Tokyo. Back then, I mainly worked with copper and iron, making quite a big sculptures. I had a lot of exhibitions in Tokyo, once in Berlin, Sydney, and also Melbourne. For my sculptures, I sometimes use fabric, burned or melted together with metal, but I wasn't really sewing at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Later, I met my Australian husband in Japan and got married and moved to Sydney. Then I had children, and when they were little, I suddenly didn't have time to make my big metal sculptures anymore. But I always needed to create something. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I feel like I'm losing my spark. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I started sewing for my kids first. Their clothes and little things like that. That's when I discovered sewing as a new way to express myself. Both of my grandmothers were good at sewing too. So maybe I inherited that from them. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. And I was thinking, based on your background, where you're from, I've heard that in Japanese culture, there is always the thinking that you should use and reuse what you already have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, always we think about reuse and keep something small. Yeah, then I started making something for my kids first. Actually, later, I decided to study fashion properly in TAFE at Sydney.
Yeah.
It really made me realize how much fashion affects the environment. Lots of waste for creating fashion. That made me think about how I wanted to keep sewing without buying new materials. So I started using reused materials and old clothes from op shops first.
So in Sydney, do you find that looking at op shops is easy to do, or are there places that you go to as your first op shop?
It's actually quite a lot of op shops in Sydney.
Yeah.
So I usually go to some big ones like Tempe or Rockdale. Yeah, some big one to find some old jeans. or sometimes fabrics like materials. I found African nice print fabrics at Tempe before. Yeah, it was really good. So I always check those areas. Also, some second-hand haberdashery and fabric stores in Sydney as well. So I always check those. Then about 15 years ago, I used the Tsumami Zaiku technique in my sculptures. Tsumami Zaiku, probably you never heard that word.
No, no.
Yeah. Tsumami Zaiku is traditional Japanese fabric folding method for making beautiful accessories. Yeah, actually, I'm wearing an earring today. Tsumami Zaiku is not really sewing, but when we sew, we always end up with lots of scrap fabrics, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, we can use those scraps to make Tsumami Zaiku accessories. That's why I feel it's connected to sewing. So I always use my scraps fabrics, yeah, as well. So actually, the origin of Tsumami Zaiku goes back about 230 years ago when a man invented the techniques to make hair accessories for his wife using pieces of her old kimonos as well. So it's kind of like connected perfectly with my theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, sustainability and reuse in fashion.
And that's really romantic that he used
Yeah.
all those pieces for making things for his wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's about my sewing journey and history.
Your sewing journey has taken on a few different shapes and you've used metal. Like when
Yeah.
you mentioned copper, that's amazing. And you've had exhibits all around the world.
Yeah, kind of. Mostly in Tokyo, like in Japan. Yeah, was good. So I used the old cloth at the time already and put that fabric onto the metal and then like bond it together something. So yeah, some experiment.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Izumi, so you've told us your history. When did you start sewing and what kept you sewing?
I think my first sewing project was in primary school. Maybe a little felt pouch, and then sashiko cloth we made at school. So we learned sashiko at school, actually, in primary school.
In primary school.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
a little handkerchief size. Yeah. So, and then also both of my grandmothers could sew kimonos. I have some old kimono from my grandma as well. And one of them worked making clothes. When I was a child, one grandmother bought me a Janomi sewing machine, and I used to play with it, making small things all the time. I made my first blouse when I was about 15 years old, I think. It was pink, and my grandmother taught me how to make it. I still remember the joy of choosing fabrics, buttons, making it, and then wearing it. That feeling exactly the same today.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I enjoy the whole process even more, especially finding fabrics from op shops or old clothes. Every time I find something interesting, new idea come to me. If I have free time, I'm usually sewing something.
I
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah. Also, like sewing feels like a language itself. It connects people no matter their age or where they are from. I love communicating with people, so it really feels like the perfect way for me to express myself. And also, I love seeing other people's creations too.
It's your way of expressing yourself and connecting with people as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, always some like start of the conversation. Your clothes, did you make it? Or yeah, your accessories so nice, and those kind of conversation we can start. Yeah, communicating each other,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I love those things as well.
And then it's really hard to stop talking about sewing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Izumi, when did you start offering workshops at Reverse Garbage?
About 1.5 years ago,
Yep.
I think. Yeah. Before that, I actually ran some small workshops at local councils. Then I realized that reverse garbage, I always loved reverse garbage before. And then I realized that reverse garbage connect really much my direction, reuse and sustainability. So I started teaching Tsumami Zaiku, which I mentioned before, the workshops and slow stitch classes. It's been such a wonderful community to work with.
And when you're at Reverse Garbage, are your classes held in the room next to the big shed?
Yep. There's an education room
Yep.
behind the shop.
Yep.
So yeah, back there. Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
do you run the workshop for just schools or for anybody?
For anybody, for mostly adult, anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Where can we find you online if we want to get in contact with you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. My account is at Izumi Sewing. It's easy name. Yeah, Izumi Sewing. Also, you can find me on the Reverse Cabbage website and the public workshops as well. Yeah. So my workshop, Tsumami Zaiku, like accessories, like make a brooch or earrings. You can choose.
Before we get to the last question, can you
Yes.
describe the shirt that you're wearing? Because
Yes.
it's a really amazing red color.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually made this too. I used some my favorite band in Japan, the music, the band. I got
Oh,
the match, like Japanese tenugui is like long handkerchief, and then I cut those into little pieces and then connected. So I designed also some buttons as well, the covered buttons. So
that
I'm not gonna
is
waste any little piece.
no, no, not at all. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on the collar band, the facing. You've
Yeah.
covered the buttons with the rest of the fabric.
Yes, tiny little piece of fabrics, and then I
Oh,
made covered buttons as well. Yeah, and I got this gingham check from some second-hand
yeah.
public store. So I just connected some fancy part on my color. Thank
It's wonderful.
you.
Everything matches. The like the reds, they're just the right reds. Sorry, I'm getting excited about color now.
Yeah, thank you very much. I always love to like connect some little pieces. I don't really do patchwork, but I get all little pieces, scraps, and connect and match the colors and fabrics to make a little shirts or some accessories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. What advice would you give people who are just starting out?
So you don't really need perfect skills. Just to start small, I think. Yeah, for example, try adding a patch or changing the buttons. I think the making like putting patches on shirt is in fashion. I
Yeah.
saw some of them in like shopping center, like everywhere. Like little kids are doing that at the moment. Yeah, so that's good. So yeah, so something you already own, and you can add little things on it, and or cut up clothes you can't wear anymore but still love, and make them into a bag, pouch, or accessories. So yeah, like I'm doing those things as well.
So you don't really need a sewing machine. You can hand sew all the
Um,
pieces together.
yeah, firstly, I think don't really need to get sewing machine immediately. First, you can do like slow stitch, hand stitching first. Once you start, actually, you find yourself getting more and more into the world of sewing.
Yeah.
Then maybe you can get like domestic sewing machine and start making something small bag, maybe the square shopping bag would be quite easy. So like yeah, just getting more and more, and then yeah, start slowly. That would be good.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I mean, you've worked with metals, you're now working with fabric,
Yeah.
and it's all part of who you are.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't think about I'm going to do like sewing at the time, like in the old days when I was making metal sculptures, but already loved fashion at the time. So yeah.
Thank you for coming onto the podcast, and I encourage people to find you either online or through Reverse Garbage.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode of Sew Organised Style Podcast for Sober 50 was both video and audio produced by me, Maria Thea Harris, in my sewing room with permission of Izumi Montgomery and Reverse Garbage. Sound by Kaneef on YouTube. Many thanks for the ongoing support of the podcast Patreon contributors. Their paid Patreon membership enables me to create these video and audio podcasts for you for free. You can subscribe to Sew Organised Style Podcast, but with an S, not a Z, on all good podcast apps and on YouTube. And yes, if you live in Australia and decide to get your own Mimi Queen, I'll be your body scanner. Make sure you go back and listen to our free Sober 50 episodes on Sew Organised Style Podcast. Direct message Sandy and the editors at Sober 50 on Instagram to contribute to the ongoing posts and challenges the team promotes to the community. I look forward to joining you in your sewing room next time. Stay safe, everyone.